The Justice League is in trouble, and this time, it's not just because of some cosmic threat or an unstoppable villain. The real danger is coming from inside the team. There's a hero infiltrating the League's ranks, and not even Batman knows who it is. I'm Andrew the Geek Master, and in today's video, we're breaking down everything that happened in Justice League Unlimited issue number 4. I've got a playlist with all the videos in this story, which I'll link in the cards and the comments below. To make sure you don't miss out on stories like this one, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's get started. The chapter begins at the Baton Rouge Botanical Garden. Here we have Tefé Holland, the daughter of Alec Holland, the former Swamp Thing. She receives an unexpected visit from Mr. Terrific, who claims that the Justice League needs her help. He even hands her a League membership card, saying that she is now part of the team. However, the girl does not seem very interested in the proposal and simply throws the card away. 10 minutes before this meeting, Red Tornado informed Mr. Terrific that the entire Amazon rainforest was on fire. The entire continent was at risk, and in a rare moment, Mr. Terrific had no idea what to do. The League was at a total disadvantage, just as Inferno wanted. And the worst part is that Swamp Thing, who was the key to containing the fire, had also been taken out of the game. There was no hero on Swamp Thing's level, and even Poison Ivy would have been accepted if the League knew where she was. That was when Red Tornado suggested looking for someone among civilians, someone connected to the Green, and that's how they came up with the idea of going after Tefé Holland. Back in the present, Tefé kept insisting on not helping the League until suddenly she felt intense pain. What she was feeling was the suffering of the Green. It needed protection, and Tefé was the only hope. As we saw in the previous issue, Levi Kame, the current Swamp Thing, was destroyed by Inferno's super-terrorists. They conjured an unstoppable magical fire that is consuming the Amazon rainforest. This makes Tefé the main connection between the world and the Green, and if she does not help, it will be the end of planet Earth. Meanwhile, Justice League Unlimited continues trying to destroy the pillars that are causing the fire. However, nothing the heroes do works. For example, Stargirl attacks one of the fire pillars only for it to return the energy even stronger. At that moment, Mr. Terrific and Tefé Holland arrive and realize that solving this problem will not be easy. Hundreds of flaming towers continue to surround the forest, and it seems that every time they destroy one, the others become harder to take down. The situation is catastrophic. Even with the presence of Superman and the Flash, it is impossible to evacuate 30 million people. Seeing this scene, Tefé Holland doesn't know what to do. Mr. Terrific explains that Inferno is literally trying to force the Green into submission by threatening and weakening it. It is true that Dr. Occult was captured, but fortunately, the other magic users are available to help Tefé fight back. And in fact, Zatanna, Xanthi, and even Constantine, who was also called, appear and begin channeling their magic into Tefé, while Tefé herself channels her inner power to face her challenge. At the same time, Mr. Terrific returns to the base to check on other things. He assigned Blue Beetle and Professor Harvey to work on a way to send the flames to the Phantom Zone, while Kid Flash and Max Mercury are searching the magic library in hopes of discovering some kind of counterspell. Here it is said that Mr. Terrific has never failed a mission and does not plan to start now. He starts a countdown based on the fire's speed, calculating the time the Justice League has before South America becomes an uninhabitable desert. Global temperatures rise irreversibly, and food shortages lead to mass famine and wars. Shortly after, in the Amazon, Airwave contacts the base to inform them that the plan seems to be working. Tefé is not only stopping the fire's advance, but also restoring the existing damage. Aquaman reports that at first glance, the results are promising. Zatanna agrees with Arthur until she notices something that changes everything. Then the scene dramatically shifts to Egypt, where a man riding a camel faces a sandstorm. Fortunately, he takes shelter in his tent, only to be surprised by someone who was waiting inside. And we see that the man is actually Martian Manhunter, who has finally been found by Batman. The Dark Knight wants to know why the calmest and most controlled member of the Justice League went into a rage fighting a parademon and then simply fled, as we saw in Chapter 2. The Martian insists that he wants privacy, but Bruce reveals that he knows the truth. Dr. Occult has already revealed that John lost his telepathic powers. Bruce says that he too would be furious if he suddenly became blind and deaf. John depended on those abilities just as humans depend on breathing. In the end, John knows that he is too powerful to be without full control of his senses around his friends. At this moment, he is nothing more than a risk. However, Batman reminds him that they have been friends for a long time. John has always been a constant presence in the League, a kind of guiding star for strategy and values. In many ways, John is the Justice League itself. That's why Bruce insists that they're going to figure this out together. Back in the Amazon rainforest, Zatanna is the first to notice the formation of a portal. From it, Dr. Occult is expelled back, which only makes the fire worsen. It turns out that Inferno transformed the hero into a human spark. And to make matters worse, the team members with magical powers can't help him. You don't need to be smart to know that there is no worse place for Aquaman to be than in a forest fire. That's why Tefe doesn't hesitate. She grabs Arthur's hand and takes him for a ride inside the green. Here, it is revealed that Swamp Thing does not die. He simply retreats to the depths of the green to heal. So basically, they need to find him because he has powers she doesn't. Luckily, like all energies, the green has waves or currents like the ocean, and those are the paths Arthur knows how to navigate. With only 44 minutes left until the greatest catastrophic event on Earth, Superman and the Flash continue rescuing all the people they can, until luckily, Aquaman and Tefe manage to find Levi inside the green. As expected, he was captured and imprisoned by Inferno. He even asks the heroes to flee, but it's already too late. At this point, one of Inferno's shadowy figures appears and claims that they have already won. The mysterious hooded being mocks Aquaman, calling him Old Enemy. He assures him that there's nothing the King of the Seas can do here, as there is no water to control and no sea creature to assist him. With only 12 minutes left, the hero's side finally shows some chance of victory. It turns out that although Aquaman is literally out of his element, Tefe is not. She is still full of magic, and with Aquaman, she can summon powerful allies, like the Green Guardians, the Parliament of Trees. This is the only moment when we see Inferno actually surprised by the hero's actions. In the end, Aquaman uses his abilities to control the Green Guardians, while Tefe struggles to free Levi. She finally manages to free Swamp Thing, with only 5 minutes left on the countdown. With Levi freed, something surprising starts to happen. The Amazon begins to regenerate. The heroes are thrilled to see branches and roots destroying the fire pillars. And not only that, when Aquaman and Tefe return to Earth to celebrate their victory, we get this amazing page where we see Swamp Thing expanding across the entire Amazon, quickly extinguishing the flames that had been consuming it. At the Watchtower, Mr. Terrific can only sit, exhausted and relieved, as Red Tornado informs everyone that since the danger has passed, the evacuated people should be returned to their homes. Aware that the League would not have been able to save the world without Tefe's help, Arthur asks how they can thank her, to which the girl, who only wants them to erase her contact, responds. She makes it clear that she is not a Justice League member and only came to protect the Green. Then we jump to the Inferno member who attacked the League, returning to his allies. They are not happy about being defeated by trees, but the leader asks them to remain calm. He believes that even though they were defeated, they still succeeded. The League is being hit harder than ever. They are out of breath and more prone to mistakes. As they advance to the final stage, He states that they will redouble their efforts because the heroes still don't understand the group's motivations, which is a huge advantage. In the end, Inferno remains a mystery to the heroes, and the villains still have an infiltrator inside the Justice League. The battle may have been won, but the war is far from over. Inferno may have retreated, but the Justice League is still vulnerable, and the worst part is that the traitor is still among them, watching and waiting for the right moment to strike again. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapters of this comic. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next adventure.